Hello and welcome back to Mana and Artifice. I believe this is part 11. So, I finished the spell last time, so that will be useful for later. Since now I can fill the excess space that I kept filling up. And I've got pretty much all the useful valuables in there. I think I might as well put the emeralds in there. Diamonds as well. In fact, maybe I should transfer my entire valuables chest into the storage. Sadly, though, I don't believe I can actually just transfer it the easy way. Because I did not put extra... I forgot the particular word which is used. Which is not a good sign considering my first and major language is indeed English. Also, I'm going to quickly do something. My audio will be off for a second. I'm back. Sorry for being gone for a second. I'll also transfer this Ventium dust. And I'll transfer the other things as well. So that can be put there, that can be put there, and that looks like it would be good for now. So now the thing which I'm going to work on is the arcane spell, which requires a mote of arcane. To be exact, a mote of magic, and it looks like this particular thing is going to run out. Also, sorry if you hear people in the background. I can't really do anything about them since they don't really live with me. They just are really loud outside. I really don't understand why it's always so much yelling. It's always screaming, yelling, and many other things which I could file as a noise complaint, but don't for reasons which I don't really feel like explaining. Well, it looks like it's reaching the time of night in Minecraft. I might move my streams to a bit later, depending on how I feel. Maybe at some point in the future, I'll even have my own device to then make videos on. But currently I'm just borrowing a device, since the device I own can't really support Minecraft and recording at the same time, and streaming at the same time. I'll name this Wars now. And then I can just quickly I would say it would be a good idea to make more storage. I decided to readjust a little bit to make it so less sweat drops on the keyboard. And the more I say about what I'm physically doing outside of modded Minecraft, the more you can actually figure out about me. And now I'll probably go ahead and label these as building blocks of some sort, to be exact, blocks. Let's see, do I have any signs? I don't have any signs, but I've got acacia wood, which is enough to stay true to my sign theme. Well, it looks like I need to munch on some steak. I should keep that closed if at all possible. Probably the most annoying thing will be to make the spell, the arcane spell. I'm going to do a bit of counting. And now I have marked what I'm going to set as the center, and now I need to once again look at the ritual of forgotten lore. I find it quite annoying that the shield blocks while I'm doing the chalk. Well, like I suspected, I'm going to need to make another piece of chalk. Pentium dust, flint, bone ash, and paper. Realistically, I should have probably made the chalk before I went for what I went for. I actually forgot what I was crafting for a second. To actually craft the thing, I need to open the storage. to grab a piece of Entium dust. Something which my brain, for some reason, did not completely comprehend. And now it requires a flower, I think. I'll just check the recipe. It requires flint, not a flower. Well, I can easily get it in the miscellaneous. I can quickly just create some chalk and make more of the chalk patterns. First off, I have to make sure I'm on the correct spot, and sorry if I'm a bit quiet at this section. I'm trying not to mess it up, and that requires a bit more focus than when I'm usually playing sections. That was not the center. Now that is the center. That is not. Occasionally, when you click on the wrong spot, situations like that will happen where you've technically got it right, but you clicked on the wrong spot. The ring of silk will be quite useful for these bookshelves. Bookshelves are quite useful in this particular mode. Well, now I can now check once again. It looks like I need to make more books, so I can turn those into bookcases, and then use those bookcases to then make the books. This can be put in mob drops. Now it looks like my brain cut out for a second is what it looks like. After all, I specifically have a large amount of paper stashed away. I would say that's probably the most idiotic thing I've done, but I've probably done a ton of idiotic things, so specifically stating a particular part where I did something stupid as the most stupid thing I've done isn't actually accurate if you consider the average lifespan. It looks like I accidentally messed that up. Oh well, I can just quickly fix it. Actually, I should probably just put these saplings in here. Now a villager can harvest that at some point to help grow the crops a bit more. So now, let's see. I forgot my original purpose. Also, it seems like my voice is being a bit out of control. So I'll just quickly do a little bit of voice warm-up exercises. I believe last time I did a voice exercise before starting the stream. After all, it would make sense to do that. Oh, do I have to destroy that and then... There. Well, I can say that I have officially found a bug. might as well check and see how many books I need. So 4 books, 4 feathers, and actually each lectern will require 3 books each, so that means I have to go back to this. Well, it looks like I'm done with the cows. And the chickens are quite easy as I can just throw their eggs. To make sure I don't end up making a bad sort of voice, I guess for now, I'll try to make sure I don't end up messing up my own scale. Because, to be exact, I think it most likely happened when I tried to get into voice acting. Well, since I need a mending villager at some point, and I also need netherite, I might as well mine waiting up it down. And now that noise reminded me of why I ran away from the nether last time. It was indeed because I was unable to properly deal with the situation of them being immune to fire magic. Which is why you don't simply have fire magic with you despite it being the most damaging type as far as I can tell. Well, it looks like some lava's there. And that does not seem good. Well, I'm going to check something once again, but it should be checked in about a minute or two. And it turns out I almost blocked myself off there. Looks like no one has said anything in the chat. And it looks like I've got a lot of error messages. That is not a good thing. Since I'm having so many error messages, I would say it would be a good idea to bring my FPS down. I'm probably going to notice that, but you probably won't notice it. I'm recording at 30 FPS, but I play at 60 FPS because I can notice the difference while playing, but not while watching a video. And people question, why have a video over 30 FPS? And that is the reasoning which I give. Some people can actually tell the difference between 30 FPS and 60 FPS. It looks like this area is really near a lava area, but so what? You know what they say, Live life on the edge. That seems good enough for now. The annoying thing is that I haven't actually given this spell anything other than just using. In fact, I think I can just quickly grab the Book of Modification and change that. Well, it looks like I'm going to have a hard time finding the exit like usual. Though, I remember something from last time, which is the area which I entered has a piece of soul sand. Like that. So I wonder if this is the area. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh. It's a good thing I don't really... It's a good thing I don't actually have a setup for that particular spot. That would be detrimental to me. Well, that definitely decreased the loading time. So the ritual of alteration requires just that. I think I can do it off memory. If I can't, then we'll see. And now I'll quickly toss this out so I can then grab the Book of Alteration in this particular spot and use the, would it be open it section? Yeah. And then I will go, I believe, radius. Hit this with a Ventium Dust to confirm the location. Quickly take it out of my grimoire and do a quick modifier on it. It looks like it doesn't actually require much. The most annoying things will probably be the pufferfish. Okay, so I need to grab this. Oh, I've already got plenty in my inventory, which I still haven't taken care of for some reason. And then I can quickly grab the... I believe that requires redstone and glass. I forgot how much glass it requires, so I'll check. So it requires nether quartz, glass, and slabs. Let's see, do I have any quartz? I surprisingly do not. Meaning I'll have to mine this, and I'll do it with a fortune. So I'll grab that, take the ring of silk out, grab the spell, which I set there, and I got one from that. And then I'll take... Do I not have it? Oh, I must have put it into building blocks instead. So the minimal requirement, if I do not get any fortune, will be 2. And it looks like I got 4. I mean, sure, that's useful that I got 4, but realistically, not really that great. Now I need glass as well to smelt, which I already have 3 glass apparently. And then the slab, which then make a daylight sensor, which then I can put there. Now that's, I believe, is a Rune of Arcane. Also, I should probably toss this out a bit more. I think I have some fired runes, but to confirm that I need to check. Yeah, I've got a rune pattern. And then the most annoying part, I believe it's actually, does that look slightly different? Yeah, slightly, but it looks like the correct thing. Hopefully I don't mess up, because that would be a pain. In fact, I've messed up so often that... Oh, did I mess up already? Hopefully I didn't. So if I go like this, and I have a line right here. Between 3 and 2. I would say that might be salvageable. We'll have to quickly check. It definitely is salvageable. I accidentally made a mistake, but luckily it wasn't too much cause for alarm. I feel like the phrase accidentally made a mistake that I'm using is a bit extra when I think about it, because saying accidentally made a mistake implies the idea of purposefully making a mistake. And you can't really purposefully make a mistake because, well, a mistake is a mistake. If not, then it's more of an espionage situation. And an espionage situation is much more different than a situation specifically designed as a thing that is said when someone accidentally does something. And I've got that, the superheated Ventium ingot. I'll grab the hammer from here, and finally, I can make the room. And looks like I was wrong. Oh well, at least now I've got that rune for later, because I believe I'm going to need to use that rune. Now I can look up the correct part by looking up sorcery. I think I'll do a water rune, apparently. I haven't actually made a water rune before, but first time for everything, right? And now a thing which I need to craft is a superheated bitumen kit. Another thing to be useful would be to look up the recipe, since I haven't actually crafted a water rune before. Oh, it requires... Oh, I forgot how things work. For now, I'll mark that there. Take this rune plate, put it in here, and then quickly look at this again. Put the hammer back in, since it seems to really want the hammer. Take that any way you wish to interpret that. Water. The one good thing is these runes are in patterns, meaning that certain bits are easy to comprehend. Once you've comprehended a bit of it, you can then basically copy and paste for most of it. So a straight line across this, and then a loop around for this situation. Oh, it's quite annoying when you accidentally mess up a rune plate, because that means you then have to grab a block of clay, or basically get any type of clay. I just said block of clay because, well, my mind wasn't completely functional. Okay, so now I need a... To make a rune plate, I need a glyph, which I believe the stone required in here. And then I need some form of dye, which, as we both know, I've been storing plenty of dye. Plus, I'm going to throw out those seeds for now. Oh, I forgot one piece of stone. Because it has to be 5, because for some reason the person decided, hey, I'm going to make it 5. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does make certain things slightly inconvenient. So this time I'm going to try to do a bit without the oh, did I already mess up? Let me check. So I got the spacing right, so I can just improvise. Since I didn't mess it up proper, I can easily fix it. When making a rune, you have to be very careful as to not mess it up. Which, as you can tell by how many runes I've destroyed, I'm not always careful. now that I've got this and the hammer, I can finally set this here, and hammer away. Then I'll grab this water rune, set it down, and place the spell down while hoping for the best. Oh, I forgot the pufferfish. Do I have a fishing rod? It would appear not. Very simple though, it looks like I've got all the required ingredients right on me. Well, it looks like I got a raw cod, which is not what I was looking for. And that also wasn't what I was looking for. So, is everyone doing okay? The quarantine seems to have gotten to some minds, but I would say, assuming that humans aren't going to act like idiots, I would say it would be over in a couple months. But given how humans have been reacting to anything, I would say the likelihood of it ending sooner or later than that would probably be questionable on if it would end up sooner. And I got another raw cod. Allegedly, I heard that this type of fishing can give you enchanted books. I haven't really checked it out before, but maybe if I'm lucky I'll get an enchanted book. Oh, my spacing out while fishing doesn't really help much. Because when I space out, I seem to have less of an ability to tell when is the appropriate time to pull it back now. So, after answering how everyone's day's been going, I would like anything to be said in the comments. It doesn't really matter what's said, maybe like some immature language would probably be okay as well, but I'd prefer properly structured sentences. You don't necessarily have to use properly structured sentences, but it would be preferable as it would make much more sense. Oh, I accidentally added something useless to this. Well, let's see, this is range, this is radius, this is damage, this is speed, that is range again. Do I have to make a new spell for it to actually have? And magnitude is something that the Book of Alteration seems to be lacking. In fact, I should probably check. Oh. So I don't actually have the stuff required, according to this. Well, that's annoying. Oh well. A single mistake won't be much of an issue. I could theoretically one day replace the dig spell with perhaps another spell one day. And because that ghast seems to be something that wants to stay an issue, I would say it's probably a good idea to try to take it out. Well, it looks like the spell can't actually reach. I've officially killed that particular. Now that that chicken's there, I can now officially end their life. They live just a tiny bit longer than they naturally would have. So I need a tier 3 ritual, a construct with at least 3 iron or gold parts. Mentioning iron and gold parts, I can probably make those. Actually, loot them is what I meant. Should probably close that up too. So, reach 10 kilometers away from world spawn. That's more time consuming than actual fun. Find a stronghold, useful. Find another fortress, useful. Explore all 42 biomes of the overworld. Same thing like that one, very time consuming. Enchant an item using the runic anvil, useful. Craft an artifact from your faction at the mana weaving altar, useful. Craft a spell with complexity 55 or more, useful. Craft an eldritch orb, useful. Craft a construct, useful. Complete a tier 3 ritual. Well, based on what I can tell from the rituals, I don't think there's anything in particular which I'd want, since Ritual of the Iron Bell doesn't sound appealing. Maybe I should have a cow named Fred. Do I have a name tag? I might have a name tag somewhere in the miscellaneous. I do not have a name tag. Well, because Minecraft refuses to let one craft a name tag, I'm probably going to wait a bit before actually getting that name tag. These farmers feel like they're a bit slow cognitively. But to be fair, they are AI, not beings that have a decent intelligence. I'm going to look back at the spell table to make sure there isn't something I'm missing. Right now I'm confused with radius for this. Because I don't actually see anything labeled magnitude, and having that locked behind something seems pretty annoying. Like, isn't that what radius is supposed to be for? It looks like I can make more cows. If I accidentally breed the sheep, then I'll kill the youngling. Oh, did I accidentally make a youngling sheep? Yes. So, like Luke Skywalker's father once said, uh, killing the children. Well, I've officially ended that menace. But now I'm dealing with an extremely large amount of cows which I made. If you have any ideas on how to make that more efficient, I'd love to hear them. So now, let's see. Your smite, emanation, sigil, wall, touch, self, projectile. Smite can be useful, but I wouldn't recommend using it inside a building. So now let's see, is there anything in particular I want to look for? Well, I guess I'll go back to trying to find some more netherite scrap. And I just realized I can finally eat this chicken. Which, surprisingly, no chickens were nearby. But I guess that happens when you destroy the only chicken in the nether. Well, that sounded dangerous. But luckily, they did not go looking for me. It looks like I can actually narrow this entire place. I was looking around for netherite for so long, and I had never mined here. And I found it here. That's actually some pretty decent luck, which I was unable to exploit as I had no idea it was there. If I had known it was there, I would say I would have gotten lucky. But this particular time, I think it was due to me specifically choosing which areas to mine a ton. The radius, realistically, in my opinion, should have been made to make it so you can do stuff like that. No, Ring of Minor Fortune is what I apparently have with me. Well, I'll quickly open the storage. I'll dump some netherrack. I'll take this out, put this in. Actually, I just realized a couple things, which I didn't realize when I opened the storage, which was I needed to charge it. And now I can do this while my magic's recharging. I decided to... oh, I found 2 more pieces of ancient debris. Well, this game seems to be silencing me on places which I have not mined yet. This is quite bizarre. Usually when I end up encountering experiences like this, they happen at the beginning and then the end they just go away. In this particular situation, it seems like I have indeed found stuff with a high amount of luck. Also, I'm going to check once again. I seem to be having a large amount of problems with frame rate. So I'm going to go into video settings and I'm going to turn on graphics to the fast setting, and yeah, that seems good enough for now. This may lower the visual quality altogether, but I would say it's a good trade for frame rate. Now that I did that, I'm going to have to check in a minute or two whether or not that made it go any better. Still having frame rates drop. Well, I'm not going to find a solution on stream right away, but I would say that it would be quite nice if I could fix that problem without lowering the audio quality. Since right now I'm relying on a particular filter and I don't have any noise cancellation physical things that I can use. Like, I don't have any of those special things which other streamers have that have all the noise cancelling stuff. Well, now I'll check this, and luckily and so far it looks like issues aren't occurring as much. For those that can't tell the difference between 60 and 30 FPS, think of it like this. 30 FPS, and then you put it down to 15 FPS. That is how it feels when you switch from 60 FPS to 30 FPS. I made a very broad comparison basically to make it so you could understand what I feel when I end up encountering issues of frame rate drop. Well, I'm going to end the stream soon, so maybe I should head towards the base. Because if I do not find my way back, I'm eventually going to have no idea how to get back. That place isn't the solution. Well, that sounded scary. Especially since I don't have any offense against demons. Demons are a scary bunch for me. If I had the arcane spell, and if I had it sooner, then it would probably lead to situations that I would find okay and comfortable. But as it is, I've got one piece of netherite missing out of the 4 required to make an ingot to upgrade the diamond armor. Well, first things first, clear inventory, obviously, and then fireball. I shall go ahead and go for what I consider the most satisfying experience. Let's see. And it looks like I've got some major leather hauls from that. Oh, I accidentally killed a chicken. Oh well. Looks like I didn't get a feather from it, so looks like I need to drop something for the feather. Surprisingly, I'm just dropping food at this point. So now, let's see. Well, I'm going to end the stream a couple minutes before I plan to, so if you're on Twitch, make sure to follow me, and if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. I've heard it's good for the YouTube algorithm. And bye.